Hey everybody, I'm pretty sure that all of you have come across images that are HDR, which are high dynamic range images. Now, the thing with high dynamic range images is you get more detail out of shadow areas, and you compress the highlights so that the blown out areas are made to look more with a lot more detail. Now, what I'm trying to show you here is a way of doing that same job in a manual fashion. Now, the thing with HDR images is that if you push it a little bit, it is gonna look very unreal and surrealistic. Now, sometimes it works for certain images, but many a time people don't like to go for an HDR because it tends to spoil the natural look of a photograph. So what I want to show you here is something similar, but we are going to do something called exposure blending. Now, to do exposure blending, you need at least a couple of exposures and stack one on top of each other, and we need to apply masking. So that's what I'm going to show you guys. So this is a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge that I had taken a while ago when I went visiting to the bridge with a friend of mine. And this is another image of which is taken from the same angle, and this is exposed way less than the first one. If you notice in this image, you find that the area over here, the sky, the clouds, is kind of blown up. But the shadows and the details on the shadow area is pretty good. Like if you look at this area where the tree is and this area, it's pretty good. Now let's compare it to the underexposed photograph, which is this one. Now here, if you look, you would find that the shadow areas are pretty bad, pretty dark, and if you look up at the sky is much better than what it was before. It's exposed so well. You see the blue color, you see the light blue color, and you see the lightness that's coming over here. So yeah, so this is the first exposure, the overexposed image, and this is the second one, the underexposed one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select this image and Control C, copy it, and Control V, paste it right on top of the other image. Now, ideally, you should have used, I should have used a tripod to take both these pictures so that there is no change in relative position. But I did not do that. I had taken the images handheld. I held my camera in my hand and took these images. So there is a slight change in position because I probably was not still at the time I took both these photographs. So to fix that, I come to the layer. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, I messed up. I'm sorry. I just need to go to Windows and bring back my layers. Yeah, so here they are. Now in layers, I select the first layer and I reduce the opacity. Now when I do that, I can actually see there is a certain amount of blur that's happening. That's because one of the images is slightly off position from the other. Now what I try to do is I am trying to match them along this edge. So I select the move tool, and while on layer 1 I select my image and just try moving it around. Interesting. I'm sure that you're seeing what's happening. Just a little more up, and I think that works. Yeah, that looks much better. So if I now bring the full opacity back and zoom into some point and remove the first image from the second image, you see that there isn't much relative change. So yeah, that's good for us. That's how we want it. Now I want to bring more detail into the shadow area that you're seeing over here. Now for that, what do I need to do? I need to mask in the image on top. So I make a mask, an alpha channel, and I select a brush and make sure that it's black in color, and I'm going to mask out the sky. So what's happening is, as I'm masking the sky from the layer that is beneath layer 1, that is a background, is being shown to us. So there you go, there you go, there it is. So as you look at the image now, you would find that I am getting a lot more detail in the shadow area than what I was getting before. Now if you look, you would see that there is a bit of haloing that's happening, which I don't like, which I need to avoid. So for that, what I need to do is I would just reduce my brush size and reduce my opacity and just work along the shadows areas, and darken it up just a little bit so it doesn't look out of place. And yeah, just around the bushes where it's looking too bright, just apply this a little bit more over here and here and here. Yeah, so now that looks much better. That looks much better. Now if you want some more brightness to be added to this area over here, which is the sea, then what I suggest is go and change your brush color back to white. And now what we're going to do is we are going to bring in what we masked out. So selecting opacity, I want it to be at around 18, 19, and I'm just painting it in ever so slightly. There you go. So that is looking a little bit better than what it was before, and maybe I'll reduce the opacity a wee bit more, maybe to 10, and try again what I did. And I'm applying that a little bit towards the sky as well to get slightly more contrasting image. I like contrast, it looks good on these kind of landscape photographs. And that's just about it. We have kind of blended two images, and the first image looks like this, and we have added in more detail to that image, resulting in a much better exposed picture, which is closer to what you would be seeing with your naked eyes, and it does not look unrealistic also, because we are not using any HDR software. The only software at work over here is my brains and my hands. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now if you want, you can take it a bit further by adjusting some curves and making the picture pop a little bit, but that's subjective. It's not necessary that you need to actually do that. But yeah, that's just about it. So job done. We have arrived to an image that is exposure blended. Thank you for checking out this tutorial, and you all have a great day. See ya. Bye bye.